Stick with me while I go over all the highlights from the Microsoft Inspire conference, which was just held. More security, easier managed services, Marketplace, CSP news, plus much more. Hi, I'm Matt Carolyn, here in Vancouver, Canada. So this week Microsoft held their annual conference Inspire. Targeted at Microsoft partners, it goes over Microsoft's roadmap for the upcoming year. It's connecting with the community, sharing best practices, and it lets partners experience Microsoft's latest products, skills, and techniques. This year it was held in Las Vegas, with the first keynote on Monday and the second one was on Wednesday with their CEO Nadella. I must say, at the first Monday's keynote, left me a little bit uninspired, I guess, with a free coffee voucher for partners there that want to use the Teams app. So it wasn't really a page turner at first, but then as they got into things after the Honda-inspired 2003, I would say boring commercial of the domino effect, definitely got a lot more interesting. So what was in Monday's keynote? So there was an announcement to undo their planned elimination of their internal use rights, which lets partners use their products for free. I personally don't know what they were thinking when they announced that in the first place. Why wouldn't you want to encourage your partners to build and support your products by providing them with an NFR, not for resale, copy? I mean, I would never have tried SharePoint 2007 with the search, when back then it cost a minimum of $10,000 to get into it. Or Visual Studio back in 2005, when it was a monster of an install. Today should be even easier for them to justify, I would have thought, especially when they can provide via the cloud and get valuable insight on usage and analytics. After that, we heard about some promises of innovation being a priority in FY20, with more collaboration and AI capabilities in Teams, with a focus on different industries, which I found interesting and made sense with Microsoft's focus, which started a couple of years ago with tailoring sales teams towards specific industries like retail and health. They are planning to have AI in their business applications out of the box. I already saw a preview of that last week with PowerPoint soon to have AI built in, which will give you tips on how to better give presentations, such as repeating yourself or too many distractions, ums and ahs, those sort of things. A few other innovations we should expect to see in Microsoft's business products involve mixed reality, open data, common data models for industries to build upon, IoT and hybrid IT. There was a message there about growing the Office 365 business, with only 10% of the SMB market on Office 365 today, which even surprised me. Once people are on Office 365, they'll want to expand to Microsoft Teams so they can get the experience of one single shared workplace. So end of life for 2008 server was a hot topic. There was a message of 24 million servers out there running Windows Server 2008 and SQL Server 2008. Support of these are over, so these customers are now at risk. Moving them to Azure, just don't do the legacy forklift. Drive the real value of cloud by looking at optimizing for the cloud and seeing the real performance and costs that cloud is all about. Even with all the work Microsoft and their competitors have done around cloud over the last few years, Microsoft see that cloud is still only at 5% of the total addressable market out there, and that market is poised for explosive growth. And they also had a big announcement around a new service for managed service partners. They said, we're investing in you with a new service that we call Azure Lighthouse. Azure Lighthouse builds partners in by design into Azure by enabling multi-customer, multi-tenant management at scale in a secure environment with automation, so that Azure becomes your best platform to deliver those managed services to your customers. Microsoft believe this will help partners transform from a strategic supplier to a strategic advisor. For Azure, it wouldn't be a partner event without talking about the Azure Marketplace or CSP program. For the Marketplace, it was highlighted how Microsoft are drawing attention and customers to it for partners, generating $90 million a month. The talk was around Microsoft becoming the partners channel, instead of partners traditionally being Microsoft's channel to sell Microsoft software. Microsoft has started a pilot called Transactable Offers in AppSource. It ties together the Marketplace, CSP, Microsoft Seller, and partners. So far this year, CSP has surpassed $4 billion across all partners with 3.5 million customers, and Microsoft is looking to make the transaction side of things better, with, from the sounds of it, making the pay-as-you-go Azure Finance platform the same as the CSP one. At Wednesday's keynote, Microsoft CEO Nadella was on stage. The following soundbites I thought were of the greatest interest from what he said. 90% of data that we have today was created in the last 2 years. Airbus has Azure Stack powering many of their critical applications. Starbucks has Azure Sphere, a microcontroller that's connected to Azure. Think of it as the smallest compute node of Azure in every espresso machine. We need citizen developers. Empowering citizen developers is what the Power Platform has been built for. And finally, 95% of Fortune 500 companies are using Microsoft 365. So the 3 main takeaways I got from this week's Microsoft Inspire event were Microsoft talking up Microsoft Teams big time. Microsoft emphasized security as a focus for them in everything for the cloud. And finally, for homework, I have down to look into Microsoft's new service, Lighthouse. So in wrapping up, I believe that covers most major things around the keynotes, discussions, and announcements this week at the Microsoft Inspire conference. If you think I've missed anything, feel free to raise discussion on it in the comments section. This special episode was made possible by Scalar Decisions, a leading Canadian IT solution provider focused on security, infrastructure, and cloud. Keep an eye out for our next episode, which should be out in the first full week of August. That episode will be our normal monthly broadcast, covering all the major cloud news announcements in the last month. Till then, keep challenging yourself.